Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. Delighted to be joined by the first time on the channel by Amit Champineri. This is a final predictions video for the undercard fight that's taking place on the big fight between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Tonight, it's Joe Cordina against Anto Cacace for the IBF and IBO super featherweight world titles. Amit, really good to be joined by you. Good to meet you. Hope you're really doing good. Here at ESBR, we go straight into it. We're quite direct. We don't really beat around the bush. There's a clear favorite here in Joe Cordina. So I don't know if you're going to go for him. Some people have been going for the upset with Cacace for a variety of reasons, which we may get into. What is your final prediction ahead of this world title fight?
Firstly, thanks for having me on, Elliot. Delighted to be on the show. Yeah, to your point, I think that Cordina is clearly the favourite. But I think a little bit depends on what Cordina turns up. And there is this discussion about his weight, right? That's a struggle. He's kind of already said that, look, unless he gets unification bout after this, he'll move up. With that in your mind, I think weight clearly has been a struggle for him. But look, he's got to be favourite. Look, he's got the talent, the jab, the movement. Cacace looks solid fighter, but it's not a walkover. Cacace's a big guy, and I think the idea that it's going to be a routine win, I think, is not going to be the case. I think if the right Cordina turns up and he's more on the back foot and he's using his skills, he can make it a pretty routine win. I think the challenge for Cordina is that if he starts to get involved in a front foot, bit more of a war, shall we say, then look, Cacace, he's not got a biggest knockout record, but he's got, he can punch. It's quite clear he's heavy-handed, and in that extreme circumstances, could Cordina get caught? Could he be in trouble? And I think if he is weight trained, and we don't know if he is or not, but realistically, he's going to be moving up at some point. That could become a factor here, but you've got to make him favourite straight in. You've got to kind of put it on a points win for Cordina, possibly comfortably, but realistically, whether it's split or what, but it's going to be closer than people thinking. He may have to survive some real heavy moments in the fight.
Yeah, look, I know it's an undercard fight, but it's still an interesting, and it's one of those that in Cardiff or Belfast, this would still be a big fight on its own. And I feel like it's one of those where when this was announced, there wasn't too much buzz about it. Whereas as we've gone closer, people are talking about how good Cacace is, what's Cordina going to be like at the weight. And I'm not sure if you've seen Amit, but footage has emerged of Joe Cordina weighing in earlier today, and it's clearly difficult for him to make that weight. And you've got to ask, is it one fight too many at super featherweights? Or is he possibly overlooking Cacace? Joe Cordina has kind of been in with good fighters. Ogawa, Rakhimov, Edward Vasquez last time out. He's been with good fighters. He's won all of them. How to put you on the spot a little bit? I know it's tricky because so many things could happen here. How confident are you? Are you kind of like a 90-10 guy and you're actually quite confident Cordina's going to win, or are you more like 51-49? Where's your head at? How confident are you here?
I think if you look last time out, we know he didn't do too great against Vasquez, and obviously, like he's kind of said that he's clearly mistakes. He's clearly learned from them, and as you say, look, weight dependent. If we're thinking that look, he's got enough and he's comfortable enough at the weight, then for me, sort of 80-20 in Cordina's favour. I'll be honest. I think he's got the skills and he's got the experience, and look, he's world champion for a reason. So I would go down that route. I think there is a bit of a tinge of, as you say, is he overlooking him? I think he probably wanted a bigger fight than this, saying that he's in a Saudi bill, and obviously money's going to be good for him, so that's obviously going to be a motivator. But I think if there is the overlooking side, it's probably because he probably wanted a unification fight, and I know that Eddie Hearn's going to talk through that as well. That could be a factor, motivation, possibly with the weight. But I still favour him heavily, honestly, as long as he sticks to his boxing and doesn't get too involved and uses his skills. Get behind a jab, keep on the back foot. You should win fairly comfortably on points. Not saying every round, but you should win pretty comprehensively.
Yeah. No, look, you're talking me into making the same prediction as you. To be honest, you're very convincing. I'm going to go the same as you. I do think that there are levels there are levels here, and I really rate Cordina and rate Cacace as well. I do think Cordina is a bit special, and we'll see. But it's one to watch to keep us entertained ahead of the main event. I've got one final question before I let you go, Amit.
Sure.
If you are correct, I've got two questions if I'm being a bit cheeky. If you are correct, do you think that Joe Cordina will move up to lightweight? Do you think it's his final fight to super featherweight? Obviously, if he moves up to lightweight, he'll no longer have a world title at super featherweight. And if he does move up to lightweight, what sort of fight can you imagine him getting? He's not a young fighter anymore. I think he's 32 years of age.
Mm,
There are some massive names at lightweight. We
yeah.
don't know how likely Joe Cordina is to face a Shakur Stevenson or Javon Davis next. What do you see happening next? Is the short version of the question.
Yeah. I think he'll want the unification belt before he goes up. And I think he'll probably try and get it at home. I think this was almost the last stage almost before that. And look, there are some. I think Navarrete probably the best of the other champions, but you can definitely go for one of the other belt holders if he kind of wants that unification tag. And then I think he will move up. But I think he'll do it in that order if he can. And we'll see what this fight is. If he's really struggling to wait, possibly just think, you know what, I've just gone one too many and I'm just going to go up. But yeah, to your point, look, he's not going to. Look, Eddie N is Eddie Hearn will try and get the big fight and try and get someone over to the UK, or is it going to be another Saudi bill? But yeah, he's not going to step up and wait, go to like that level of Davis or a Tank or a Stevenson. But you think top 10 opponent and just get in there, just say his time's not on his side, and look, he's a world champion. He's got the skills and he's got the prestige, on a world level. But yeah, I think he would have to. I think jumping at that level probably be way too much for Cordina. He'd need to get settled at the weight first.
Fantastic. All right, Amit, really good to get your prediction. Thank you so much for your time. We will see what happens. Yeah, against for Joe Cordina when he faces Anto Cacace, and if he wins, what happens next? Who knows? We could see an update, and there could be a rematch later in the year. Amit, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the fight, enjoy the main event, and I will speak to you again very soon.